Like and subscribe. This is the Nightly Fix powered by Wellness Club Media. Please head to our YouTube channel. It is the name of Foolish Club Media. Like and subscribe.
Can you say that one more time? Let's run that back.
Foolish Club Media. And then head to our Twitter page. Please follow us, retweet as we try to build this puppy up. It's been a great week. We go in on a note. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little twisted. Got a little scotch. I've been drinking a little scotch since I've been here and watching what is happening to the Philadelphia Eagles. By the way, if you don't like and subscribe,
stock.
You're getting scatter boo-booed on. Am I right? Scatter boo-booed.
You're going to have to deal with people just doing that to you all day long. Scatter-boo-boo.
Scatter-boo-boo.
Yeah, no. And Steve goes right for it. They suck. This is the Eagles.
Al Scotter's got me 27 points in one league, though.
No, man, I just traded him away from my son. Sorry, Dick. But no, man. I want to get to the Eagles who AJ Brown, as we're looking at the sidelines right now, they're getting torched. He needs to find a book. It is 34-17 with around 5 minutes left, and Cam Scatterboo.
That's Saquon who? We got Scatterboo.
Yeah, there he is. He catches the ball and gets him another first down to run some more time off the clock. He's got 3 touchdowns. Who's got him in fantasy big time? But they're getting their asses kicked. We've got to a point now, Steve, that they cannot beat the Saints and Spencer Rattler, but they can go ahead and take care of Justin Herbert and the Chargers, who lead the AFC West, and then they can beat the Super Bowl champs and blow them out.
Matchups. I told you, division matchups are weird. They never go the way they're supposed to.
Okay, the Chargers and the Giants aren't a division matchup, but I'm just saying
the Chargers got a lot of injuries right now. That's explainable.
They didn't. Okay, all right. But they can't solve Spencer Rattler. That's the Spencer Rattler. They cannot solve the Saints and Spencer Rattler.
Rashid Shaheed's really fast.
I mean, he is. That's it. But I do want to get to that. But I know we probably can't play this because it's going to get flagged. But I just want to send prayers out to a young man who is currently in Los Angeles, but he's got to go back to his home city, or at least where he plays in Philadelphia. And they are the biggest set of asshole fans that you can find. These are the people who booed Santa Claus, and I mean like in the 80s when it wasn't cool to boo people, right? Like this is the Philadelphia fan base, and I'm not kidding you. I am in full prayer mode for this guy. He needs to pull the Chris Jones and shut down his social media, because I bet you and this is not even funny, I bet you his life's going to get threatened. I bet you multiple times. And first off, he's already having to deal with a terrible name. His name is Orion Kirkin. What's this boy's last name? Kirkering. That's it. Orion Kirkering for the Phillies. Their season's on the line. They're in the 11th inning. The bases are loaded, 2 outs. They got to get out of it. If they lose, their season ends. If they win, they're able to move on to Game 5, and they go back to Philadelphia. And Orion Kirkering is on the mound. Hit a comebacker to him. He's the pitcher, right? Bases loaded. Force hit any base. Ain't got to tag nobody else. Just throw it to any base. Hits a comebacker. Doesn't field it cleanly. The catcher pointing to first base. Still, he doesn't hit it cleanly. But I'm telling you, this was not Deion Sanders in his prime coming out of the box. This guy, I think at first, his first 5-6 steps was resigned to, damn it, I'm out. He wasn't loafing, but he wasn't like where you had to rush it. Orion didn't field it cleanly, and then he panicked. He didn't field it cleanly. The catcher is pointing to first. He's got plenty of time to turn it and throw it to first.
Throw it to first.
He picked it up, and as the catcher's pointing down there, he fired it home. And it fired it wide right, Steve. over everyone's head and to the right, and they lost the game. He had plenty of time to go to first base.
Was the final game? Like
That's it. Their season ended. Yes, they needed to win that game.
High pressure moments.
No
That
clue.
ball,
Some men are built for it, some aren't.
like, hey, I'm not kidding you. That guy was not, he was barely halfway down the line once he regained the ball. And the guy's pointing. He's pointing first. It's easy. First. I mean, and he fired that bitch over everybody's head. And I'm telling you, Steve, you may not know baseball much, but you know the Philadelphia fan base. And they're I mean, he can't go anywhere there. They are threatening his life right now. Those people are insane.
Wow, they're gonna be even worse now that the Eagles have lost back-to-back games.
Oh, gotcha, right. The Eagles, that's the same fans, isn't it? The Eagles are getting absolutely trampled right now, and they're in shambles. And what is Orion's does he have a middle name that he can go to? I mean, that is what's his parents think? Maybe he's not from this country. Oh no, Orion's his middle name. He's chose that over Richard. His name is Richard Orion Kirkering. Man, we'd have been Ricky Kirkering, man. I'd have been Rick Kirkering, man. He is now I don't feel as bad about that name. He is choosing to go by Orion.
I mean, Orion's a strong name, though, dude.
It is very unique. Do you like
name?
It's kind of it is. I'm not gonna lie. It's not as bad as I first thought when I see it. Plus, it's not just they're going a deep route to go get their Orion too. It's not just Oryan. This is, I think it's Oroion or something like that. It is.
Not like Orion's belt.
It is Richard Orion Kirkering.
Yeah, it's Orion, like the constellation.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
But listen,
I mean, is he Greek?
I think he's from Florida, but prayers up to him. I feel terrible for him. I know those Philadelphia fans are going to absolutely destroy him. And like this is when, like, it's like those are the shittiest people that I can think of on the planet. And I
feel like Boston fans are pretty bad, man.
Boston
fans are kind of.
Boston fans are pretty bad, but Philly fans are the ones that have. I mean, they're the ones they've got the deeper reputation than Philly fans. I'm just saying, bro. And these are the sickest people, man. And I hate fans that get like this because, hey, man, nobody is taking this home with them more than he is.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for
nobody,
sure. It's already going to be
nobody's
feeling. He wakes up tomorrow.
And he is going to have, I hope you fucking die. You fucking like it. And I heard a dude of mine that's in this industry say earlier this week, shout out to Carrington Harrison, saying this week, this is the space where we in our job can the only way that I feel like I can relate to an athlete is like the weird shit on social media because you're somewhat a public figure and people don't like something you said and then they roll in and just give threats to you.
Oh, Ronald, you're a public figure, huh?
I think we all are.
And public figure.
Okay. I mean, if you would see some of the stuff that I've gotten over the years, it's been interesting. I remember the first time that I understood like the craziness, I will never forget. I was doing Saturday shows. That was the first time I got to do action. And I was doing a topic about, I think at that time it was the what's the Confederate flag at NASCAR events.
Mm.
And I will never forget. This is the first time in this business that I had anything like this. And somebody texted in. I'll never forget it because it was the first time I've had to deal with somebody text in. I wish you were in that church in Charleston.
Jesus.
Like,
people say some fucked up stuff on radio station text.
right. And so like that would like, and I've gotten
crazy.
I've gotten worse from racial.
You think those people are the people that show up to some of the things though? To some of the
it's always been on the back of my mind. I
think
always
definitely people who do that and then show up to stuff and like want to be cool with you. I like, oh, listen.
Well, no, I fake nice.
Yeah, but I think you're talking about. Do you think these guys are showing up and thinking they're going and thinking they're going to challenge?
No. That's not.
Oh, you don't think so? Oh,
I'm thinking about like, are they going to?
Oh, I think about that though.
Nice to your face type shit.
Yeah,
and then say all this crazy stuff on the internet because that's crazy. People, I feel like the average age of like a sports lover is like 30s, maybe 40s. These are grown ass people. These are grown men. You know what I mean? Like, and they're trolling and sending in death threats and shit like that. Like they're children trying to get someone swatted or it's wild.
And it's even worse on like your own personal social media like that. It's even worse there.
And I think the text line, they really say some fucked up stuff, but like we used to block people, but like it would take a lot for me to block somebody for the most part. Sometimes I would just go on a blocking spree and I'd be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah. I always just say, don't be racist
but then most of the time it was because you deserved it. But then, like, I would get like notifications on Twitter and stuff, like a decent amount of time, and be like, "Hey, did I get blocked on the text line? Like, can you check for me? Like, will you check and see? Sorry, I don't know what I could have said." And I'm like, "Well, if you said something to get blocked, you probably deserve to get blocked."
Yeah, no, I mean it is wild, and I think Orion's about to deal with this. Orion is, I mean, it's probably loading up, and those are the biggest bitches that I can think of. All right, like I mean, anything we talk about, people talk, huh?
Just Philly fans?
No, I'm talking about guys, people in general that go okay. Like, all right, man, this is what I'm about to do. Orion, who clearly this man is he didn't make that mistake on it like on purpose. Yeah. Like he's going to be dealing with it. Hell, this may cost him money, his job, shit, right? I mean, like
I sent that message to that Astros pitcher, and everybody got all wild about it. That shit was crazy.
Oh, Lance McCullers?
Yeah.
When they threatened his family? Yeah.
I was just like, I was joking. It was a joke. It was a joke.
But those dudes are the wildest. Get on I'm going to tell you how you bastard, don't you ever come back, such. Like, it is so, dude is crushed, but I feel bad for him. But I hope I hope he need to go ahead and step on out of his social media. By the way, this thing is over. The Giants, they dominate the Eagles. I mean, they were clearly the better team. And listen, this is like we've said they're Chiefs. They were Chiefs like last year. I don't know. The Chiefs, they're what? Their shit didn't fall apart until the Super Bowl, right? Like they continue to find these ways to win and find these different things where you look up and like, are they really this good? It is come down. They've now lost 2 in a row. And I mean, it's fair, right? That Jackson Dart just outplayed Jalen Hurts, right? And Jackson Dart, I mean, Jalen threw for 283 yards, but he threw an interception, a bad one, a real bad one. And, Jackson Dart's got a rushing touchdown, and he's got a passing touchdown and made the plays down the stretch. There's no way that the Eagles should be losing games to the Giants. And and I understand the division thing you're going to bring up. I think this applies a little bit more than the car wreck that some of these others, like what was that? Yeah, that 49ers Rams thing. I don't take that as much. They got damn near half their team out. They should take care of them.
This Giants team is like they're not good, but they are frisky. Like they've got a good draft class, and that defensive line is a problem. Like Brian Burns is having an all-pro season. Like he's been
he got a sack in this game. Yeah,
this year. I think he had 2 sacks tonight. Like he's been an absolute monster. Dexter Lawrence is back and seemingly healthy now. Like Abdul Carter, they still have Thibodeau. Like their defensive line is a problem. And then Abdul Carter, Cam Scatterbo, and Jackson Dart. Like that's a hell of a draft class for the New York Giants. And it's like if they had Malik Neighbors, like they might actually be like a good football team. Like
oh my God, you're right. They did this without Malik Neighbors.
It's like they're not a good team, I don't think, but they're young and they're frisky. And then you factor in like Brian Daboll's experience against Philadelphia, and Philadelphia's just issues right now. Like the Eagles pass rush hasn't been great this season. Their secondary hasn't been great this season. And then all of the offensive issues where it seems like their new offensive coordinator just can't get it figured out. And it's like, if Saquon Barkley's not ripping off 50-yard gains and they can't run the football and control the clock, then they have to lean on Jalen Hurts to throw, and the protection's not as good. And then Jalen Hurts, it's when the protection's not great, Jalen Hurts has trouble passing the football. And that's what we've seen from him in the past, when it's not like it was last season where the offensive line was just totally dominant week after week. They simply haven't been that way this season. And the Eagles look like a floundering team. I still think they're a good team. I still think they're a talented team, but it's
you still think they're a Super Bowl contender? You still got them there?
I think they're still talented enough to be a playoff team for sure, and to like win that division probably. But like they're exactly how they were a couple of years ago before they brought in Kellen Moore last season, where it's like they don't really have an identity on offense, where it's just run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. They had a touchdown in this game where they just did 4 straight tush pushes until they got into the end zone. And it's like, so if the run game isn't explosive and it's not creating things, and they can't play off of the explosive run game in the pass game, and so Jalen Hurts, instead of being able to utilize play action and get defenses to bite on that, has to be a straight drop back quarterback, then it doesn't look right. And it's not going to look right. And this is the problems we've seen with him before. I think Jalen Hurts is a great player, but he has limitations as a quarterback. And I think that teams are figuring that out now. And as long as they slow down Saquon Barkley, which pretty much everybody has done this season, the Eagles offense looks like a shell of what we saw from last year.
No, he's got another 12 carries for 58 yards. He has not cracked 100 yards. The closest he did was against the Chiefs with 80-something yards. I mean, they are fighting it. And, you know, I think a lot of people, I think he's a really good player. I do think we are getting to a space, Serda and Osita, where I think Jalen Hurts' performance in the Super Bowl is starting to feel maybe more like he had a really, really great day than he is that guy.
He's been great in both Super Bowls he's played in.
Yeah, but in particular in that one, because even in the other Super Bowl, his other guys, like the game wasn't put on just him. Like they ran the ball well. They had some AJ and things like this last game. Steve Spagnuolo in the Super Bowl said, "All right, man, we're just going to take Saquon away, and we're gonna make you have to beat us." And he did it with his legs and with his arm. He did it. Like their defense was really good, but Jalen Hurts was really, really good, and they took away Saquon Barkley. Now, other teams are trying to do that this year, and instead of doing what he did consistently against the Chiefs in that Super Bowl, he's throwing for 101 yards against the Chiefs. He's throwing for 170, 180. This is his best game passing at 283, but then he throws an awful pick in the red zone. So I don't know. He's been really good. I don't want to disrespect Jalen, but it does feel like maybe that's not as much him consistently, but he had a great day. By the way, they just had Jackson Dart, who was iced out. They just had Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo running up the tunnel after the game. This is a critical night for them both. because I can see that gleam that Marty Schottenheimer used to talk about. Rest in peace, Marty. That gleam, that W-E-W, that gleam. They got that gleam in their eye. And there's a couple of young ladies somewhere who have that same gleam of we can win tonight. They look like they're in a space where they're primed and ready to get somebody pregnant tonight. And they have got to they've got to, because there's not a stitch of protection being used. I can see it in these two's eyes.
Not even
I can see it. And I'm just saying the way they walked up, I can see it. And there are some ladies laying in wait, ready to take advantage of this.
Dart's got the iced out chain in his like NFL team picture day,
and he's got the same thing in right now. Look at him. Oh, both of them look like they're going out with shirts off. Like they look like they're in New York. Oh shit. I'm just saying right now, those two, we got the white boys with swag type of situation.
Yep.
There is some real versatility.
They could really go to any borough if you really think about it. They could go to Brooklyn. God. They could go to Manhattan. They could go to the Bronx. I mean, maybe not the Bronx, but they might be all right in the Bronx.
They could go anywhere. Now, maybe they don't want to go to Staten Island, but the other ones they can.
No one really wants to go to Staten Island. But if you want a sure thing, you go to Staten Island.
Oh, but they don't. But that's regular people. Those two, after what they did this evening, they are a sure thing walking.
I'm just saying Manhattan, they could hit every borough tonight if they really wanted to.
I'm just saying.
Boom, 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 done.
This looks like an aggressive night. This looks like an over-the-top Eiffel Tower type night where they're coming over. Like this could get dangerous. These are the moments where their parents are concerned. Where is it? Where is it? Where's that Savannah? Where is that Savannah laying in wait? Where is that Michaela? Somewhere. Where?
There's a Haley out there waiting.
Where is that Ashley? I know there's a damn Ashley waiting. Oh, where is that Roxanne? Maybe there's not a Roxanne. But I mean, look at him. Look at him when he scores that touchdown. I see that swag of pure sex. I'm just saying, just these two concern me tonight. They just, hey, don't get reckless. I know you're gonna get reckless. Don't get reckless tonight. But this just to me more, man. This league is wide open, right? Like it's hard for me to look at Philly and think they're the best team in the NFC. Like this thing. I mean, obviously, I think the Lions are. We'll see what happens this weekend with the Lions, with the Chiefs. But I mean, I don't know. I think the Eagles have real problems. I don't know that this is a situation. I think they're good and they can recover from this. But Osita and Serda, this feels like this is more than just like, hey, man, we got beat. I think the Chiefs and the Ravens situation, the Bills last week, I think their situation is, hey, man, we just got beat, man. Or the Ravens, we got some injuries. I think they've lost 2 in a row against teams they probably should have beat. And I don't think it's all just they play bad football or they're not meshing together. This feels like it's more than just on the field.
AJ Brown's angry. Devontae Smith is angry. Like the offense isn't clicking. Like maybe it's a play calling thing. Maybe it's a teammate thing. Like it does seem like there's some problems, but I do think that like I'm still of the belief that like I think the Lions, when healthy, are probably the best team in football right now. I still think the Packers can be the best team in football. I think what we saw from the Packers the first couple of weeks of the season when they were healthy was like, okay, this is the best team in the league. And then they had some injuries and their offensive line kind of fell apart. And so we saw them struggle. And now they're coming out of a bye. So we'll see if they're any healthier coming out of that bye week. But other than those two teams, I feel like you can poke holes in every single other team right now and find it. Like the Chargers looked like they were going to be a real problem, and then their offensive line falls apart, and now they look like a totally average football team again. The Chiefs look like they're figuring things out, but they're 2-3, and they just lost a game they had no business losing, and they should have easily
they've lost They've lost to all the teams with winning records. They've lost
the
to.
Bills 4-1, but yeah, they just lose to the Patriots. And I don't think the Bills' defense is good. Like, I think their defense is going to be a problem. Like, you can poke holes in almost every single team that you would think is like one of the better teams in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Eagles, that's a like, man, Osita, hey man, we're 4-1. We're coming off winning the Super Bowl. We've won 19 to 20 games, and our best wide receiver, our best running back, and our quarterback have to have a 4-hour meeting. Like that is wild. That is so. Are you over here farting and thinking people are picking it up? Osita, is that where you are?
A little bit. Just making sure. Just making sure y'all hear it. Making sure, man.
Hey.
I knew it because I have been on a podcast before where somebody let one rip and they didn't think we would hear it. And I was like, man, we're not going to say anything about that. Like,
hey, and let me tell you something. Last night when we was doing this, I let off one and I held it together, but I almost knocked myself out in here, man. It was silent, and I mean, you know when you get a full relief, like you feel like not all farts are created equal, and the sound that you sound like you let yours out, that feels like you had a big release. You had that release, woo, and you can feel that release in your gut region, and it just feels like you lost some weight. You know that thing is coming to punch you in the face. Boy, man, I almost had to just end it at that point. But boy, I hope you're all right. Hope you're all right out there. All right, the Eagles.
Good, baby. I'm here. We good.
This is going to get worse. All right, before we hit that heat check, let's get you guys on the book. You guys cannot pick Cam Scatterboo, as he has already gone off.
I had Scatterboo on my team, man.
He had nearly 90 yards rushing. He caught the ball. He had 3 touchdowns. What a night he's having. All right, remember, right now Osita leads the series 3-1. Last week he lost due to Joe Summers. He leads 3-1.
It was not my fault. It was not my fault.
Okay. You could have sent him in excuses. But Serda is now ready to make a run here to try to get it to within one game. And Serda, you won. Remember, you get a quarterback, some sort of pass catcher. You could be a receiver, it could be a tight end, and you get a running back. Serda, since you whooped ass last week, you can go first. Who you got? I'm ready.
I am going to take Drake May against the New Orleans Saints.
You've used up your Drake Mays now. That's 2 Drake Mays that you've used.
He's been really good. Aside from the week that I picked him, he's actually been easily a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
Who do they play? They play another winnable game?
They play the Saints.
Yep, they're gonna win. All right. All right. Who you got? Who you rolling with? You can pick any position, by the way.
I'm gonna go with the guy with the overprotective mama, Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
I was close to picking Jaden. Yeah, no Terry again this week for Jaden.
Yeah, man, but he wasn't too bad last week. He wasn't. He looked like he felt like he was just getting back. All right, who you going with? You got running back or a pass catcher?
Running back, I am taking Jonathan Taylor against the Arizona Cardinals.
I mean, why not, man? He is on
Cardinals.
It's just too good of a matchup. Cardinals can't stop the run. Jonathan Taylor's just been an absolute monster this season.
He has been. That's a good one. All right, where are you going? Don't pick Derrick Henry. Go ahead. Where are you going?
I'm going to pick Christian McCaffrey. I chose him one time, right?
Yeah. All right. Listen, maybe he's due. They have not, in an odd way, they're 4-1. They have not scored a rushing touchdown this year, which is very odd. But you've picked him once. Yep. You've used your Christian McCaffrey. Yep. But he catches the ball. He runs the ball. That's not a bad pick. All right. Who's your pass catcher, Serda?
I'm going to take Rome Odunze against the Commanders. Rome's been awesome this season. And
he's been his number one target.
It's flown under the radar a little bit, I feel like, but he's been awesome. And The Bears offense is starting to click, and I think the Commanders secondary is not good.
Okay. So you just want to choose Nigerian? That's what we're doing?
We're doing it, man. He took that right Nigerian.
Okay. No, that's cool. It's fine.
All right,
I'm going to go with Puka.
Why not?
Save his bet in fantasy football.
Puka. Puka. This will be a good matchup. Jaden Daniels for you, Osita. Jaden Daniels, Christian McCaffrey, and Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
And Serda, you got Drake May, Jonathan Taylor, and old Rome Medusa. This ain't bad. I am intrigued to see this. This one should be a close matchup. Rome Adunze.
Adunze.
Yeah, same thing. That's what
Adunze.
Adunze.
Yeah, pronounce the N, bro. Come on now. You said a doozy like it's a doozy. Oh, that's a doozy.
Hey, man.
I'm just saying.
Ositas, do the heat check.
I guess I'll do the heat check. All right, guys, welcome to the Heat Check, brought to you by Big O, brought to you by the Nightly Fix, brought to you by Foolish Club Media. Make sure that you like and subscribe or else. Today's episode is sponsored by Witch Please, the only metaphysical store where every purchase comes with a free unintended consequence, because nothing says good energy like buying a $12 hex on Etsy with Afterpay. All right? So what would a week of the Nightly Fix be without a little conspiracy theory from your boy?
All
right, so look, listen, I think I finally figured out what's truly wrong with the world, why everything's just felt off, and it's not the atom smashing black hole machine that I talked about a couple of weeks ago. It's not the government. It's Etsy witches. All right. Do y'all know what Etsy witches are?
I am not familiar.
Okay. So for the uninitiated, Etsy witches, Etsy is the largest online purveyor of homemade goods and knickknacks and shit that you purchase.
It's a real thing. I'm with those.
It's a real thing.
It's a concern.
And it allows you to purchase a handcrafted love potion or a magic healing crystal or even a hex, all from the comfort of your home. Now, this might be due to my Nigerian lineage, but from a young age, I was always told that magic was nothing to play with. So much so that I was not allowed to read Harry Potter. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Magic Johnson. I'm about to say, hell yeah. For them ladies, he was nothing to play with after he. Anyway, go ahead.
Are we making an HIV joke? Is that what we're doing?
I just when you said magic.
That's what we're doing. That's where we're going.
I mean, if you want to pull over.
Magic is out here just sharing videos of him jogging on a yacht.
I'm gonna say, man, did you think
on a yacht?
I'm just saying. I mean, we could say all you want to say. I don't mean to take over this thing, but just tell me the truth. Did you think he would still be here? Anyway, go ahead.
Fuck no, I didn't think he was going to still be here, but he had all that money.
He's healthier than I am.
Oh, I know he is. Well, I would still stay in my spot. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I digress. So as I got older, I realized that every girl who listened to Stevie Nicks one too many times and made the craft their entire personality had a secret coven going on the weekends. And again, due to late stage capitalism, these same Crystal Cathys are forced to start a side hustle. And why not go with what you know? All right. But I believe that it's the same Sabrinas that are responsible for opening the hellmouth. That is the present day world, because every week something gets weirder. People get angrier. Headlines get stranger. And you mean to tell me that this all started naturally? No, it's someone's Etsy cart going out of hand. All right. It all started innocent. A little candle for peace and protection, a little cleanse for the negative energy. Then one of y'all ordered a global reset on express delivery, and now we're living in a director's cut of Black Mirror. Now, I know what you're thinking. Big O, you're just paranoid. You're delusional. You're off your meds. And while you might be right, I am paying attention, okay? Every time someone says retrograde, another celebrity loses their mind. A plane flies off the door in mid-flight, and my DoorDash order shows up wrong again, all right? Is this coincidence? I think not.
Yes.
I think Molly Moonstone is somewhere lighting a chaos candle and mispronouncing the Latin word that means oops, open a portal. So if you're out there ordering spells off of PayPal, stop before we all end up with Stranger Things, okay? Now, to the OGs that do the voodoo and hoodoo, keep doing what you do. But to the crystal carrying Karens, I blame you, boo. Thank you.
Boo at the end. So many things. I feel like the way you two are talking about it, as Serda says, it's a real problem. I feel like this is something I should have known about.
It's real. I can look Etsy right now. Let's see what we can get.
Oh, Etsy. I got you.
Just rip their shirts off on live television.
What'd you say?
For some reason, Cam Scadaboo and Ryan Fitzpatrick just ripped their shirts off on live
because they're ready. They're ready.
Cam is ready to go. I'm telling you, this is a hell of a night. My favorite part of the whole thing is that Osita wrote this clearly, and I
write all of them, but yes, continue.
He wrote a third person nickname, and you're wondering, Big O.
So this is a thing, though, and I don't know if it's actual I don't know if these have been fact checked or if it's strictly internet meme, but there's been lots of instances lately where people are commenting and they're like, "Oh, I actually paid an Etsy witch to curse the Baltimore Ravens."
Look, I typed in Hex on Etsy for $1,500. Family curse removal spell.
Yeah.
Haitian payback and regret spell.
And there are people paying.
Lucifer and
injury
money.
What is them and ever falling apart. We're not even through 2 months of the season yet. I don't know where to come from. Their trainers just stopped learning how to take care of players. It's just bad luck. It was just their turn. I don't know. I think it was the witches.
It's witching season. It's October, baby. It's October.
That fool said it's witching season. Yeah. It's October.
Go watch Weapons. Tell me there's not witches in this world.
There's witches in this world everywhere, left and right, especially old ones with awful makeup and terrible wigs.
So Cam Scadaboo gets to go back to the locker room and go on about his night. Ryan Fitzpatrick has to finish the rest of this postgame show with this ripped shirt, doesn't he? And listen, Ryan is not in the tip-top shape of his life. I would tell you this right now. So this ought to be a fun finish. I think it is clear to me, Ryan, and he probably should have known this. Clear to me that Ryan knows he doesn't have a chance in hell with Carissa Thompson, so he is willing. He doesn't care. He'll rip his shirt off. And that is probably really relaxing for him to I ain't got to try to be cool or hold it up. I know I ain't got a shot with her, so I'm just gonna rip my shirt off and I'm just gonna look unhealthy up here at the rest of this desk. Richard Sherman probably looking at this fool like he's crazy. By the way, did Tony Gonzalez ever marry that lady October he was dating? Remember her name's October. He had a long-term girlfriend named October out here that he was dating. Tony Gonzalez, I'll be honest with you, I'm really surprised he's kept this job. I'm not saying he's not good. He's just forgettable. I just don't even realize he's up there half the time whenever they have those cats on there. I'm surprised they hadn't. He feels very much like Frank Thomas. When Derek Jeter became available, they just replaced his ass on that pre and post game show on Fox. He's just Tony Gonzalez, and I love him. He's a Chief, even though half of Kansas City fans hate him. But he just doesn't seem to bring a whole lot to the table. All right, before we cut out of here, you see your boy Kevin Stefanski. I mean, nobody adds fuel to potential fires more than the Cleveland Browns when it comes to shit. So they traded Joe Flacco because yes, the Bengals had to have Joe Flacco. And they traded Joe Flacco, so everybody just assumed because the only two quarterbacks on the roster are Dylan Gabriel, who's the starter, and Shedeur Sanders. So Shedeur Sanders is the number 2 on the depth chart. He is one injury or poor play away from getting in. And the thought was, all right, it's week 5 now. Through week 5, maybe he gets a shot down the line to kind of get into the game and maybe, show what he could do. Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Browns, hits us with a non-committal on Shedeur being quarterback 2. Said he will let us know tomorrow on Friday. Bailey Zappi, a lot of people said he's left the door open, and you can start to make the assumption. It feels like it's a real possibility that Bailey Zappi could be the number 2 quarterback on Sunday. Let me tell you something. If Bailey Zappi goes into the football game before Shedeur Sanders. if that happens, the Cleveland Browns, I mean, the topic of conversation is going to be insane. And I mean, you're going to everybody on their sides coming out strong because Bailey Zappi has been on the practice squad all season long, and Shedeur has been on the roster as the third quarterback. And if for some reason Dylan Gabriel has to come out of the game and Bailey Zappi is the quarterback, then it is insane. And this would just be another, to me, maybe not to you, but this would just be another one of these. God damn.
We just never spent so much time talking about a third string quarterback. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying
to be sorry about it. He's different.
I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, this is a third string quarterback. Like, who cares? Like, I get it. He should have been drafted higher than he was. We've also seen other quarterbacks who we thought would go higher than they did fall later in the draft. He was unfairly treated in the NFL draft. I get it, but it's like the owner's probably the guy who made Kevin Stefanski do this. I think Kevin Stefanski's a good coach. Kevin Stefanski, maybe he just hasn't seen anything from Shedeur that makes him think like that's our guy. We should make him the quarterback too, or we should give him an opportunity. Like, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's some conspiracy against Shedeur Sanders when it comes to this instance. In the NFL draft, sure, I can get with you on this. But when it comes to the coaches and the way that they're seeing and evaluating these players and making decisions, like I've seen Kevin Stefanski change quarterbacks a bunch of times. I've seen him trot tons of guys out there, and I've seen him find success with tons of different subpar quarterbacks. And so maybe Shedeur's just not doing enough right now for him to be named the backup quarterback when Bailey Zappi is a guy who has actually started NFL games.
I really find this interesting. I guess I said, man, you're entitled to your thought there. I didn't even know we were going to go in this route, but I love it. Like, you trust and believe in Kevin Stefanski that much that your mindset with this is, well, clearly Shedeur is not. Your thought is Shedeur obviously isn't showing something. Like that's your thought.
I don't think that Kevin Stefanski's got a conspiracy against Shedeur Sanders. No,
I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm not saying he's in there going with the thought of like, no, I'm holding that motherfucker down. No fuck. I do think this is my thought. I think he didn't want anything to do with Shedeur Sanders. Like I like in the draft,
and I don't think. I think we've seen coaches hold players down before.
I don't think he wanted anything to do with him. I don't think that was what he wanted. I could see on draft day, when they go to teams after they draft them, Osita, and they show the war room and everybody is having. They do this on 6th-round picks. They showed the Cleveland Browns war room after they drafted the biggest story and the most popular and talked about player in the draft. Them motherfuckers was looking like they was held hostage. They get to their war room, they like this. Every other war room, they're high fives. They just in there like, damn. Like they were held at gunpoint to have to make that pick. So I don't think I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but I don't think that he believes in Shedeur. And I don't think he walked into it with even having the mindset of him ever being somebody that he was going to put on the field like that. Because I find it really odd for me when you just say, well, I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Who? The motherfucker that ran Baker out of here? I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe Shedeur ain't doing everything that he needs to do. All I know is what we have and what we can see. All I know is his teammates don't say that. Jerry Jeudy, their best receiver, just said earlier in the week, Shedeur has handled everything like a pro, and he has done everything like a pro. And I'll be damned The first time we talked about, yes, this third string quarterback. Now, I know, Serda, you've been in this business as long as I have. I think you have a clear understanding why we're talking about a third string quarterback and why it's different.
Other team in the league. Does anybody give a fuck about the third string?
I know that is the truth, but I think as long as we've been in this business, why he's different. Okay. In every way. But the thing that we have to see is we watched him in that Carolina game. And I know that was against the backups and other and players that weren't as good. I get that. I understand that.
He was raising his hand.
I hear you, and I'm going to let you in. But we watched him against the Carolina Panthers. And that was 6 weeks into the offseason, into the preseason. Like they had rookie camp and mandatory mini camp and all that. Like, I'm led to believe that guy who looked like he had a certain command and level of the offense against the Panthers and made NFL throws and looked impressive. Like, I'm led to believe now from that point to now that we are 5 weeks into the season that motherfucker just ain't picking it up. And though he picked it up from that point and looked like, he looks like he's pretty much on tap, that he's just now not picking it up. No. That's hard for me to believe. This is a guy who we watched him in his college career pick up offenses. I don't believe it. Go ahead.
All right. So for someone who hasn't been in the business as long as you and Serda, why is this guy different? Why Shedeur?
Why is he a third string quarterback being talked about in a way we've never heard one?
Yes. Because he's Dion's son? Is it nepotism?
His father is a part of it
because of his profile.
His father, and he was a huge star in college. He was arguably the biggest star in college, and he was somebody who, at the worst, most people,
he was the biggest star in college.
The biggest, like, if we were to say, all right, man, players that are the most known and popular players. I think there's a strong argument that it was Shedeur Sanders last year.
I mean, but
what if he sucks? Like, what if in practice he just sucks and we don't see these things, and that's why they're making these decisions?
But it's also not like Shedeur was getting nominated for Heisman trophies. Like,
no, he won. No, he just won the best quarterback award. But I mean,
in the bad quarterback draft class, but
in college, but we're not talking about the draft in college football. See, why do we get there?
Because, one, nobody cares about college awards except for the Heisman, so nobody knows what any of those awards are.
Now you just said because of the Heisman.
Nobody does. Nobody knows what those awards are except for the Heisman Trophy.
You said he wasn't
up for the Heisman Trophy.
He wasn't up for the Heisman. He was top 10 in the Heisman Trophy voting. He wasn't up for the Heisman, but then he won the quarterback award, the best quarterback that Cam Ward was in, the best quarterback in the country. He won that award, but now awards no. I just like it. It's like you're trying to, like, for some reason, just downplay for no reason. He could suck ass, Osita. I don't think that is the case. He could.
I'm just saying, what if he sucks?
He could. I'm just saying.
We don't see it.
Osita, if the thought is he's not picking it up by now, if we saw the Panther game, like when you came away from the Panther game
preseason.
I mean, he's serviceable enough that they haven't cut him, because if he truly just sucked ass, they would just cut him.
That's all we have to base on. All I'm saying, Osita, is that happened 6 weeks into the season, right? They had all the camps 6 weeks into the season, and I think and he wasn't getting reps, and he came out and he looked. I'm not gonna say he was amazing, Serda, but he looked like he was professional. He knew the offense as well as he could for 6 weeks. Yeah. He made NFL throws. That looked like a guy that, oh, wow, okay, what people are saying in camp makes sense. All right, he looks like he's progressing. To now that we would think, all right, that point, the first preseason game and the next week and the next, that's probably 10 weeks ago, to think like, all right, man, that dude right there who progressed in the first 6 weeks is now just in practice sucking ass. And so now the guy who's been on the practice squad with then jumping, right? Like, it's just,
I'm not rooting against Shedeur Sanders. Like, I want to make that clear. I think it would be great if the Browns at some point in this season have their hands forced and they're just like, fuck, we got to go to Shedeur. We don't have a choice. And I hope that if that happens, he goes out there and he balls out and he looks great. What I am simply saying is that I am tired of fucking talking about this. Every time the Browns do something with their quarterback situation, it's, well, when's Shedeur going to get his opportunity? Well, he's not the guy right now. Like, we don't have to keep talking about this and making it into something, is all that I'm saying. I hope he gets an opportunity. I hope he turns into a player in the NFL. I just don't care until I see him on the field and see him get a chance to do it.
Yeah. And to me, Serda, you're certainly entitled to your not caring. But to me, like, that's why we didn't get to talk about this on this show, because I don't know, it happened at a point where we weren't on the air. But that's why, to me, like, I thought the pantomiming thing. Did you catch that, Osita, where he was asked questions, and he in response to.
Oh yeah, he did that.
It was in response to Rex Ryan, who came out and said, this kid needs to shut up and stop talking. He talks too much. He needs to sit his ass at the front of the class, as if Rex knows where he sits, and he needs to learn the playbook. And the only reason why he's not where he is because he doesn't know the playbook, and Rex doesn't know anything. So Shedeur's response was, all right, I'm not gonna say shit.
Rex,
I'm just gonna,
by the way.
I'm not gonna say shit. And I'm gonna tell you, I think that's immature. But I honest to God, I don't know. I think the odds are that Shedeur is not going to be good enough to be a quarterback in the NFL. And I think the odds are that if he were drafted in the first round or in the fifth round, I think that is the case. What I have an issue with, and that's why I'm not even hard on him about his immature actions at times, because I think this is where me and Serda disagree for the most part. I think this dude has had some real over-the-top fucked up shit happen to him in this process. Like, not just fair shake, like just over-the-top unfair shit that's happened to him. And I can't even be that hard on him about being absolutely immature with some of the stuff he has done. Because however you put it, you're tired of this, and when he gets his shot and all this. Well, the big part is the reason why he's a third-string quarterback is because of the complete bullshit that took place at the draft to begin with. That's why he's sitting in this space. This is a dude that everybody
everybody did pass him up. So, like, where could he have gone that he would have been like, hey, you're day one QB2? Like, everybody passed him up.
No, I'm just simply saying this for him appeared to be much more than just what everything is usually about of talent. His red flag is something that includes somebody who's never been arrested, who's never gotten in trouble. Like that was his red flag. Like his thing dropped him to a space where nobody thought he would be. I think he was fucked over royally that put him in a position that he is in. Not because of his poor play, that put him in his position. Arch Manning is probably going to get drafted in the first two rounds of the draft. He has nowhere close to anything that Shedeur did in college, but he'll get there. And my thing is, I just think he's been fucked over there. And then this shit again right here. Come on, man. Bailey Zappe's been on the fucking practice squad all year. And all of a sudden now you can't come to the point to just say, yeah, man, he's going to be our backup quarterback. Like, yeah, I mean,
I agree with the Arch Manning stuff.
Like I'm just saying all of that stuff. All right, man, you're not going to get drafted in the first round. You're not going to get drafted in the second round. You're going to drop from the first to the fifth. We're going to have punk ass motherfuckers call you and act like they're teams that just drafted you on what has to be one of the most difficult weekends of your life. Somebody's going to call in and fake say, oh yeah, we're the Atlanta Falcons and we draft. Like all of the shit, I just think it's been so fucked up. Like this is beyond past. Pull up your bootstraps, and all of this shit. I think shit's been held against him because of who his dad is and what his dad has said. And for me, that's why I give a shit. It'd be one thing if, man, this dude was rated as a 3rd, 4th round pick and he got drafted there and it didn't seem like no shady shit has been happening. It seems like there has been shady shit that has been happening step for step for him. And I think it has led to why he's in a situation where a coach just drafted him because he doesn't believe in him and he's putting him in this situation. I like that. That's my thing. Now you cannot give a fuck, Osita. You cannot give a fuck either. I think clearly you understand why he is a conversation.
I agree with all of that, and like I already like alluded to all of that stuff. It's just that now we're at a point where the only thing that can happen is he gets on a field and proves everybody wrong. So until that happens, I don't want to keep talking about it every time the Browns go through a quarterback change. Like, okay. That's all I'm saying.
But at what point, I'm curious from you. I don't know where Osita stands on this. But at what point where you'd be like, damn, man, this is fucked up?
I don't have any point of view on it anymore. I agree that everything in the draft process and all of that stuff, super fucked up. Shouldn't have happened. He should have gone higher. He shouldn't have been treated that way. He shouldn't have been getting fake phone calls from everybody. But like now it is what it is. He's in the league now. He can fight for his opportunity and he can get on the football field. And I hope when he does that, he proves everybody wrong and he balls out and he looks like a starting caliber NFL quarterback. But until then, I just don't want to keep sitting here and going through this every time he gets passed over by the Browns. Maybe he's just not good enough for it. Like, that's fine too. Like, but I hope I'm wrong on all of that stuff. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the Browns are doing. I don't know why every other team in the NFL passed him up, but I also don't need to keep talking about a guy that we haven't even seen throw a real pass in a real NFL game.
Yeah, I can hear your frustration with that, and you don't want to keep talking about it. And I'm just simply saying, what is the reason why? What is the reason why he's not throwing a pass? Is it because he sucks? Are you 100% rolling with that with the Browns? Is it because he sucks? Sure. To me, yes, you're going to hear something every time the Browns do something with their quarterback position, because every moment now after this, it will have made sense, and it will be weird that Shedeur Sanders doesn't get a look. It would be weird. It will be weird. A team going nowhere that has a young quarterback over there, if some dude that has come off the practice squad comes up here and all of a sudden jumps him, although he's been in front of him the entire time. Like that's fucking weird to go along with who that person is. I think there is a sore spot. I do feel a soft spot. I do feel bad for the kid because I think he is going through, and I think he's brought some stuff to himself, but I think I don't think the stuff that he's brought to himself comes anywhere close to the shady shit. Like when you hear all of this, Osita, do you at least feel like, man, something's shady here? Or do you think, no, this is like...
I mean, I understand where Steven's coming from because, like, obviously we haven't seen the guy play yet, so you don't necessarily know how good he's going to be. Then again, I don't know. I would hope. I always hope. I hope that everything's on the up and up. I hope that they're not doing it because they're not putting him in because they see something that we don't see. And I hope it's not just like nepotism or aggressive or like just a black dude thing. Like, I just hope it's not a race thing. I hope it's not because he's a young black man. I really hope it's not.
And I'm not even definitively better than some guys that we've seen start NFL games over the last 5 years. Like, I know that. We've seen some really, really bad backup quarterbacks have to start some games in the NFL over the last 5 years.
It would just be crazy to me, like completely insane to me, if there is a cabal of people that are conspiring against this young man trying to make a name for himself in the NFL. That's the only reason why I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's definitely like some people, because that would be, I feel like that would be so out of line. Like, I don't know. That'd be like,
I don't even think it's that big of at least like with the Browns part of it. The draft thing, to me, it was so odd. Anything's on the table to me with that. I can roll with your conspiracy. Anything's on the table with that draft situation. That was just unprecedented. We've never seen a guy drop 150 draft spots like that was projected by everybody. But I just, like I said, man, at some point it gets weird, and for him to potentially go to screwed over, at least fishy in the draft in an unprecedented way, and then to potentially work. This is what I think it is. Go to a team in which, man, you didn't have a chance to begin with. Like, he would go through the situation of you're in the draft and you get fucked over repeatedly in the draft, no matter how you slice it. That shit was shady. To then go to a place, all right, where you get it started and you're like, okay, all right, I'm gonna work my ass off and try to get my chance. And then to go there and the coach like, nah, man, I don't see you. I don't see you there. There ain't no chance that you're going to be able to get on the field here. Because if Bailey Zappi comes in, they might as well just trade him. Just trade his ass if Bailey Zappi comes in ahead of him.